is Friday, which means it is Football Friday, and this is Spartan. We're going to continue on with our Madden franchise for Friday. If you remember, I started with the Los Angeles Chargers, won the Super Bowl with them, and then moved them from Los Angeles to Orlando. And so we are in week 2 of Orlando's debut season. This week is against the Indianapolis Colts.
It's week 2 of the NFL, and we've got the Wizards' versatile running back. He's coming off an incredible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago. It's the Wizards and the Colts on Sunday Night Primetime.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Orlando Wizards and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Orlando club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Pickett. And incomplete to open things up. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The numbers on the ground for McKinnon last week, and they just could not stop him defensively. Hit the 200-yard mark, went over that, but he didn't score one time.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because normally when you have that kind of performance, you hit on a couple of big long runs, a 60-yarder, a 70-yarder. But for him, it was more like a 10 here, a 20 there. He spent the entire game just wearing down that defense.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Come on, set.
McKinnon to the 36-yard line. Stop there. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Caught. Kelce, left side. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Let's go now.
They run it with McKinnon. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelce. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Wizards use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Pickett. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jerick McKinnon making his way back onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Now McKinnon. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McKinnon. 9 yards on the play and a first down. He'll drop to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Steps away to his left. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Wizards lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to a more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
From the gun, here's Pickett. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. That pick six just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. After the pick six, here's Pickett to try again. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
I think we got old Penny rattled.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. McKinnon. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and open for more here in Week 2. 21-0 our score after 1. Orlando with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. second down now. McKinnon, 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Looking to throw. Oh, he bowls over him. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Wizards are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Kenny Pickett and the offense set for their next possession. He was intercepted on that last drive, the 3rd one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Pickett. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. He gets this to Coulter complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now he'll try to run with this. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact. And not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Here we go.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27.
Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle. McKinnon. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jerick McKinnon. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Wizards have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Set. Ready. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Coulter. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Here's McKinnon. A gain of 3, second down. They'll keep it on the ground. McKinnon, and the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. Screen play, McKinnon. Touchdown! Jerick McKinnon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Wizards will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It got his man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Austin Eckler, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Traylon Burks, a touchdown catch in the victory. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week with Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Colts, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. We'll get this up to about the 44.
He's brought down by Williams. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get him going, baby. That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Let's get some up. Guys, ready to get it on right now? Get it on. Get it on. Oh, let's turn it up.
Ready, set.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Delay of game.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
On the double. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. 3rd down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Now back to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on 1st down. McKinnon, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
gaining 2 yards on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. McKinnon. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Out to the right. Here's McKinnon. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
He's brought down on the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Up the middle they go. McKinnon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They'll try with McKinnon, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jerick McKinnon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Wizards take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
134 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far.
A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, you know, people, these 2 rows, you have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He was performing the drill on that run.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready?
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
2nd down, McKinnon. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled in the 32-yard line. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here we go. Set.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed. It's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Ready.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
Ready.
From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Ready up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Come on, set.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And they'll try to run the option here. Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ready, ready.
Now a handoff up the middle. McKinnon. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll set up a throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter, but do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Pickett now from the gun here. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Down.
They'll go option on second down, right side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
11 more on that one and another first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Ready, break.
Right back to him on first down. He'll get this down to the 38.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Team here, Charles, and that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos.